You need questions, begging for answers, and someone is here to give us all of the answers. It's the National President, Petroleum Products Retail Outlet Owners Association of Nigeria, Petron, Mr. Billy Gillis-Harry, joins us via Zoom. Mr. Harry, thank you so much for coming on the program.
Thank you so much. Good morning. Good morning, Nigeria.
It's good to see you again. Mr. Harris, what exactly is happening again? That is the natural question on everybody's mind.
Well, it's a very real situation that fuel is not available in all the retail outlets. And the reasons are very easy to understand. Retail outlets will sell products to Nigerians to ease every mobility. But we can only do that if we have the products stocked in our retail outlets. And as you know, we only get the product only from NNPC. So if the situation is bad, as I'm hearing the commuters say, and I also heard the prof from the group that was accusing marketers of being the cause of the problem, is so wrong. It's so far from the truth. Every retail outlet owner will want to sell product that they have in their stations and sell it equitably. So the challenge is supply, and that is just what it is.
Well, we're trying to get the situation, a picture of a situation across the country, so we can really have a well-rounded conversation. So just a moment, we need to touch base with our correspondent in Makurdi, the Benue state capital. Pius Angbo joins us live on the show to give us an update on the fuel situation. Pius, is the case any different where you are?
The last topic we discussed was network service providers. This morning I've tried 2 different service providers and failed. And I'm sure this video I'm doing now, you can't see me picture-wise because of network service providers challenges. Now we're faced with that in the last 2 weeks. We have that problem. Sending visuals from here to the end in Lagos, Abuja is a problem. But to talk about the fuel situation in Benue, it's hard. Yesterday I went to 3 fuel stations and only one was selling at 740 naira. This particular fuel station you see people right now, they were selling at 740 naira per liter. And those who were able to buy complain about how unstable the price are. And then this morning, I came to one of the fuel stations on the street. They are selling, but they are selling at 760. So the price is going up by the minute. Just like you have the case with the dollar, when you buy dollar in the morning, by the time you go in the afternoon, the price has gone up. That's what is happening in Benue. The few stations selling, you have a lot of queues behind them. People are agitated. People are even confronting each other because those who want to pass the other way with their tank on the left would go the other lane with their tank on the right. And all of that is causing chaos at the fuel station. I'm standing right behind me here, but we can't show visuals because of network issues right now.
Pius, thank you for that update. Really, we'll get back to you during the course of the day. But Mr. Gillis-Harry, you see our correspondent using 1 stone to kill 3 birds. He talked about the telecommunications issue, even the naira to dollar matter, before, of course, talking about the elephant in the room, the fuel queues. The NNPCL has talked about logistics issues responsible for this, and we understand that the marketers say it will take some time to resolve this. Please, what do they mean by logistics issues? At least from your end, your filling stations are ready to receive the product, I imagine. Your trucks are also ready to bring the product. So at what end do we have logistics issues?
Well, in reality, NNPC as a business unit have their strategic business models on how they want to roll out services. And what we do, they are our senior partners. So what we do is buy the product which they have from all the depots that is sent to, and then we are ready to take. But NNPC also, as you know, has its own retail outlets that they also serve. So if they are having some issues about logistics, that will be possibly what is internal to NNPC. But as for us, Petron members, we can tell Nigerians for real that if we have petroleum product delivered to us, supplied to us upon payment for those same products, we will supply them to Nigerians. And I would like to correct Nigerians from thinking that we, retail outlet owners or marketers, as they generally call all of us, is the reason for this. We do not have any reason not to serve the public, and we are willing to serve the public. So all that's required is for us to have petroleum products delivered to us from NNPC, and we will make sure that our retail outlets are open selling. Some of them are even opened 24 hours. So the challenge of logistics probably is just only relevant to the NNPC retail outlets.
So, Mr. Gillis-Harry, you've talked about a supply challenge, but in some states, what marketers are attributing it to is removal of subsidy, and that's curious. Is there a second round of the removal of subsidy? We understand subsidy was removed at the onset of this administration. Can you explain that to us? We have a difficulty hearing, or he has a difficulty hearing us, but an important question to ask in the light of the circumstances. We hope we're able to get him back, but, all over the states of the Federation, what we're hearing is that there is a supply challenge. Let's go to our correspondent in Kaduna State now to find out if it's the same situation that we've seen play out in Benue State and in Kano, from our correspondent in Kano. Let's hear from Chimezie Ehejiocha, our correspondent in Kaduna.
The petrol scarcity in Kaduna is biting very hard, especially in the metropolis, where we have a large number of businesses and where we have a large number of residents. The queues began since Tuesday morning, thereby leaving residents to wonder what could be the reason for the latest scarcity. Many filling stations are not selling as a result of the scarcity of the product.
You hardly see where there is fuel. The whole residents are suffering. And the unfortunate thing is that there is no clear message, either statement from the government to tell you this is what is happening. There has been speculations. Some say that it's because the government is about to reduce the price. Others say it's because there will be price increment. And the government has not deemed fit to come out with a clear statement to say this is what is happening. And residents are suffering.
I've been on this queue for almost 3 hours now. The next thing they say the fuel is finished. I feel bad. I feel like if I'm the government, if I'm the president of this country, I will seal up this filling station. Not only this one, most of these marketers, I will seal up their stations, because what they are doing is bad. Not that they don't have this fuel, they have it, but they just don't want to give us fuel. They want to see us suffering like this. Let the government try and do something to resolve this issue. Whatsoever issue they are having with the marketers, let them resolve and put things in order for we, the masses, to be able to move freely, to get fuel to buy and move on our normal business.
Even though we cannot authenticate if the marketers have these products in their tanks and have refused to sell to the public, it is left for the relevant government agencies to find out if there is a case of sabotage or hoarding, as the case may be, as we've learned from some people who are claiming that the marketers are deliberately hoarding the products because of unexpected price reduction. That is what we had, though we don't know how true those claims are.
Well, it would seem that Benue was a child's play compared with what we're seeing from Kaduna there. And our correspondent Chimezie Ehejiocha asking a compelling question. We have Mr. Billy Gillis-Harry back with us now. Mr. Harry, I was asking you earlier why marketers, some across the country, are attributing this situation to the removal of fuel subsidy. For us, it is curious because subsidy has been removed from the onset of this administration. And in spite of that removal, we've seen a gradual addition of 10 naira, 20 naira to the pump price of petrol. So what do they mean by the removal of subsidy this time around?
Well, first of all, I don't think that information is correct because subsidy has been removed from the 29th of May 2023, and we have lived with it. We are working, grappling with the difficulties and the challenges that it has posed. What is the reality is here. I mean, I led a fact-finding mission with a joint team of other sister organizations to find out what exactly was the challenge, because we will not want to be informing the public wrongly. And so we needed to have absolute clarity as to what the challenges were. And it is simple that we have a supply challenge. That has nothing to do with subsidy. Subsidy removal was there when the president announced that petroleum products cannot sell above a certain price mark, and we have been there. So what I can tell you is that there is a supply challenge, and that we are all working towards making that difficulty disappear. Both the NNPC, Retail Outlet Owners Association, and other sister agencies like IPMAN and the rest are all working together to come to the rescue. So the information I'll give you is very accurate, and very frantic efforts are being made by NNPC, to my knowledge, to ensure that this situation is normalized and petroleum products come back. Back to the situation where you are seeing different prices from different parts of the country, it's easy to understand. The cost of logistics from Lagos, Calabar, Port Harcourt, or Gara to Kano will not be the same price as you will take petroleum products to Benue or to Ondo State or to some other place. So the more the cost of the product, I'm sure that the public will not want retail outlet owners to sell their product at a loss, because once that happens, then we cannot restore. And that is the beginning of the real scarcity. So we are careful about how we work our prices, and we try as much as we can to let our members know, especially in Petron, that when you want to sell product at any price, we want to see the justification. And we are careful to make sure that we let the authorities know exactly what we are doing. So you can only get authentic information when you are fully informed, and I think we are doing that consistently with NNPC.
Right, Mr. Gilisari, the issue of whether or not subsidy is removed, is the jury's out there, it's debatable. The president has said it's removed, but the experts within your space are also, some are saying that may not be exactly the situation, but that's not the debate right now. This supply, let's drill down to this supply issue that is a challenge. You mentioned models of logistics. So what exactly is this issue? Is it that the products are not available, they cannot be offloaded, there are issues around the port? What exactly is the problem?
Well, from my perspective as a retail outlet owner and representing all the retail outlet owners who are members of Petron, I can tell you that our challenge is that we do not have access to the product. And that is where we have the supply challenge. So once the product is available in all the depots and we are being issued our products, we will certainly complement NNPC's effort in making sure that all the stations are wet. And we are doing that consistently. Even in this season and this time, NNPC in the last few weeks have squeezed in loaded batches to accommodate everybody, including the NNPC stations and Petron members and even IPMAN members. And we are taking products bit by bit to our various stations. Recently, we have also made a proposal where we must be able to service intervention stations that will be what can help in making sure that there are no queues so long in NNPC stations, but also in other stations, so we can be able to service the public more efficiently and in a very relatively fast way, so that there are no queues, there are no delays, and people don't stay in the filling stations for 2 days or 3 days, as I heard the gentleman from Kano, describing. So that's what's going on.
Mr. Agilisari, I don't know whether you answered my question. You've spoken to the points of your getting supplies from the NNPC, which is how far you said you can explain. But I'm sure NNPC is explaining to you exactly why they can't get those supplies to you. Maybe in answering that further, you could also tell us how long we expect this to last. Remember the last time you were here, you gave us assurances that in a short time, and in a short time we saw. Short time is what now? 2 days, 3 days, 1 week?
Well, I will not say short time now, because our questions were answered very technically. And again, I'd like to repeat that this is a business, and it's a business that has rules. I'm not working for NNPC. NNPC is just my senior partner, and we are busy trying to make sure that we serve Nigerians efficiently. So when it comes to their internal business models, I have no clue, and they will not be able to disclose those models to us, except they are very important, and we drill down on the question, and we all understand the situation. But what I can tell you is that NNPC has frantically made sure that at least in the last few days, that products are released to everybody. NNPC retail outlets, Petron retail outlets, and Ipman, all possible marketers, even major energies marketers are all having access to some products. The question will be if there's filling stations, about 3,000, for instance. You have about 3,000 filling stations in and around Port Harcourt, and you have product that is coming out for only 300 trucks. You can see that that will not be adequate. So that is one of the challenges that we need to solve, to see how products are equitably distributed to every retail outlet within the region, within the country, so that way we could be able to keep the stations wet at all times. So that is the real situation.
Mr. Gilisari, this is something that irks Nigerians, and it just widens that trust gap between government, or at least government agencies, or those in authority in some way, and the people. 4 days ago, April the 25th, the NNPC released a statement saying that it wishes to clarify that the tightness in the supply of PMS currently being experienced in some areas across the country is as a result of logistics issues, and that they have been resolved. It was equivocal about that. It didn't say they have been resolved. 4 days ago, they have been resolved, and it wishes to reiterate that the prices of petroleum products are not changing. In fact, it added, that's the NNPCL statement signed by Olufemi Shonaye, the Chief Corporate Communications Officer of the NNPCL, says that Nigerians should avoid panic buying because there is sufficiency of products in the country. 4 days ago, 4 days after, there is no sufficiency. It does not look like it has been resolved. I mean, how do you explain this?
I will say that NNPC is making frantic efforts to solve that, and we are not relenting. We are also mounting pressure on the system to ensure that we have petroleum products for our teaming members across the country. As to how this and when it will be done, I do not have any words to give. But even as late as last night, I tried to get clarifications from the leadership of our senior partner, NNPC. Service, I'm in my village, I'm speaking to you from Harristown right now. The service is not very dependable. So I would guess that some of the leaders that I tried to reach, because of the service problems, were not able to do that. So I hope that in another few minutes, I'm getting into Port Harcourt. I will be involved in several information meetings, and then I'll head into Akwa Ibom and Cross Rivers for the same thing. I believe that by then I will be more equipped with exactly what is needing to be done and how fast these things could be solved. We do not think that NNPC will deliberately want to starve Nigerians of products. And if they indeed say that there is sufficiency of product, we do not have any clue as to how their reserves of storage capacity is being held. What we do know is that we ask them to give us product and we pay for it, and then we in turn sell it to the public. So hopefully in the next couple of hours, I'll have more information as to how this is working.
Mr. Harry, are you saying that the statement issued by NNPC is different from what the NNPC is telling you in actual fact when you try to get the product?
Well, it's nothing different. NNPC will not put two different information out. If they say there's product sufficiency, there's product sufficiency. But for us, as businessmen, as patron members, our focus will be, once there is product availability, give us product to sell. And once we have the product, because we have also committed ourselves to our bankers to give them everything they need, including our grandmother's grapes, to keep money for us to be able to do business. We don't want our Asian fathers to call us all that we have given everything they gave us to go to the. We must make sure, and the only way we do that is that we buy products from NNPC and we sell. And we try to sell it at a fast turnaround time. So that's why I know that we cannot hoard products. There is no patron member station that will hoard products. So we are still on the conversation, because it's not. I think it's just on Thursday we had that consultation meeting. So there's still time. This is the second working day after that meeting. So hopefully NNPC's effort, even that day, of course, we saw it because there were queues somewhere in Abuja, and those queues started vanishing because products started arriving. So we cannot controvert NNPC's statement, but we as businessmen want to see these things practically, and that is what we push for. And that is how they enjoy our partnership and our services, because we extend the service even to where NNPC cannot reach. And that is what the partnership is doing.